Yeah, Dana, it's not looking like there are any big storms in the immediate future, but winter is still here.
I know, not for us here in Maine. Other parts of the country have seen some bigger storms, but at least for the next 7 to 10 day period, here in Maine will be pretty quiet. Our temperatures are pretty much average for this time of year. High temperatures for today got into the upper 20s up in northern Maine, closer to the coastline, got into the upper 30s, some low 40s down in New Hampshire, but overall a pretty average day. We are going to continually get a little bit warmer each day as we go during the week though. However, it did feel a little bit chillier out there because of our high wind gusts today, about 30 to 35 miles per hour in the interior, and that isn't any kind of damaging winds, but it does make it feel a bit colder and is kind of uncomfortable. We'll have one more day of gusty winds like this, and then we'll start to calm down as we get into the midweek. Now, most of us did see plenty of sunshine out there today, especially if you were in western Maine. However, we did see some clouds in eastern Maine today, especially in Washington and Aroostook counties, which also had some snow showers a little bit the day yesterday and earlier today. And the reason for that is because there's a system that's pretty far off the coast. We've only seen a little bit of impacts here with the clouds and a couple snow showers. However, this storm has intensified and brought a lot of snow, even record-breaking snow, to some areas of Nova Scotia over the weekend, and it caused several feet to fall in some places, especially in the eastern part of the province. But this storm intensified after it left Maine, but still can bring a lot of snow to our neighbors in Nova Scotia. Now, I mentioned that we're going to have one more day where it's a little bit breezy out there. That's going to be for the day tomorrow, especially along the coastline, gusts between 20 and 25 miles per hour. And then once we get to Wednesday, the winds will mostly calm down and will be pretty comfortable for the rest of the week. Now, the rest of the week is going to look pretty much the same. It might sound a little bit like a broken record because we'll be talking really just about differences in cloud cover from one day to the next. For example, tomorrow, mostly sunny with the exception of Washington County. Then as we get into the day Wednesday, mostly sunny again with the exception of northern Aroostook County. Then once we get into Thursday, a little bit cloudier earlier in the day, but then we get some more sunshine later in the day. So high pressure is in control, and that's very evident by our forecast. Now, we do have one system we're watching. It's going to be pretty weak by the time it gets to us, but we're watching that for the weekend, late Friday night into early on Saturday. Right now, though, this system is bringing plenty of precipitation out to our friends in California in something called an atmospheric river, bringing several inches of flooding rain and damaging winds to Los Angeles and the Bay Area. Luckily, by the time this system gets to us, it's really not going to have much power left. In fact, only really seeing some snow showers in the mountains and some rain showers closer to the coast late Friday night and into this weekend. We are going to be slowly warming up though, especially once we get into the weekend. I think the southern coast could have a chance of hitting 50 degrees on Saturday. Marine forecast sees 3 to 6 feet. We've got that small craft advisory in effect. So over the next 7 to 10 days here in Maine, we don't have too much to talk about. Plenty of sunshine. As we get into the midweek, temperatures will be gradually increasing each day. So overall, Zach, really until we get to the weekend, it's smooth sailing for us here in Maine in the forecast.
Sounds good, Dana. Thanks.